Hello, Starcraft fans. I am Ian Shikino. Now I'm going to cast a game on TSLaLive Caverns between TSLaLive and, as you can see there, LiquidHuk, our Protoss player down here in the bottom. He's our blue Protoss player in the bottom part of the map, and on the top right part of the map, as I just said, is TSLaLive. Both are GSL players. LiquidHuk just recently made into Code S. Sorry for the spoiler if you haven't seen it, but that was a couple days ago, so I think the time frame on that has passed. And if not, it's some good news for all the foreigners out there. So TSLaLive, pretty good Terran player. TSL, the SCV-Live clan from Korea. This actually was played on the Korean server. And not sure what Huk's going to do here this game. He may go for a fast expand. I'm trying to think back of what this Terran player did in GSL as far as his build orders went. I'm thinking maybe this was just too long ago since you played, but I think he did a lot of SCV Marine all-ins. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'm having him confused with another player. Can't recall offhand. There's just so many players that play StarCraft. It's hard to keep every player's play style in mind whenever there's just so many of them. And also just the lack of Korean replays is kind of sad too. You just don't get as many replays from the Korean players as you do as the European and North American players. So both Probes and SCV are coming out here, hanging out, having a little chat. Aggressive chat, I guess you would call it. And once again, Huk's Probe being extremely aggressive, running away, just taking a little bit of damage there. And TSLaLive is going to do some scouting. Huk is going to go for this gateway. And let's see, he's chrono boosting out some probes, getting up himself a cybernetics core. Marine coming out. He is getting a refinery, so he's not going to go for any type of really quick expansion. You could still go for a like a 20 supply expansion at this point. Get out 2 Marines and then just save straight for 400. But he's actually going to get a reactor and taking over some Xel'Naga towers here in the middle. And this Marine is going to push out. He's probably going to come down here and hold this Xel'Naga tower as well. And Huk getting a second assimilator. So he's going to have 2 gas pumping. More than likely, Huk might go for some type of expand. And Huk grabbing some gold and heading home. And TSLaLive trying to cut him off the pass, but unfortunately, 1 SCV isn't enough to do a complete surround on a probe, especially Huk probe. And this Marine really wants to kill that. He's actually going to get him. Nope, Huk's on the move. He's way paying attention here. So TSLaLive is actually, there he goes. Now he's going to make that expansion. Right about 22 supply after he made both those Marines. So he's going to go for this barracks reactor Marine expand. And Huk, let's see what he's going to go for. If he scouts this out, he may actually go straight for an expansion after this, but no, he throws down 2 gateways and he's making a sentry, so he's going to go for a safer expand. Going to wait a little bit, and if he gets up there, did he actually see that? No, he did not, but he was building this right here on the edge. If he got up here close, and if he would have had vision of that, and that would have gave himself a little bit of a tip there. He could have just straight up expanded. So Huk out here with the Stalker, he's going to see now as soon as he runs up this ramp, and boom, there it is. Shakalaka. Taking quite a bit of damage though for it, but both players are probably both players are actually. Huk is going to go for a 4 gate, so Huk looks like he's maybe going to try and break this rather than expand himself. You have quite a few options whenever you do play it safe, get up some production facilities, and then you scout your opponent is fast exploiting. So you usually only have like 2 options. You can either try and break them, go for just pumping out as many units as you can, try and break them, or you can also expand and then just go for some type of macro game against your opponent so you can macro better. But Huk's choosing to go with the aggressive plays. He's going to make a bunch of Stalkers, I would assume. He's on 2 gas. He can afford mass Stalker play. And mass Stalkers do very well against Marines. He did scout the barracks with the Marines coming out. He has a proxy pylon, so the pressure is going to be on. 5 Marines down here in the middle of nowhere. They're going to get picked off. Huk's micro is going to have to save that 1 Stalker and some units coming in from behind. And more Marines coming from behind. A really good flank here, but it's not going to be enough. It looks like Huk is going to get out there without losing any units completely. At Sentries with the Guardian Shield, that's pretty nice. Huk microing those units away in the back, and oh no, he's going to lose that Sentry. That's pretty huge at this point. He's going to need that. Oh wow, lose that Stalker too. But our Terran player did lose quite a few Marines. He probably lost about 10 Marines there at that point, and he's forced to throw up a bunker. He knows he's going to have to wait till he gets some Marauders out. He's going to get STEM being researched. Concussive shows up with the research, but Huk's going to try and break this. He needs to repair that quickly. He might come there and just try and pick off those SCVs. There are 4 Marines now in that bunker. That's going to be some pretty good defense. At this point, I think Huck's best option is just to go for straight for an expansion right now and just do a soft contain with the units he has, throw down some force fields, and yep, there we have it. The Nexus is going up, and he may try to break this while expanding, but not overcommit too much. Probably just try and kill this bunker and then fall back. He's going to get the bunker. He's going to get the Marines also. Yep, he's going to clean up all those Marines. Just do a lot of pressure here at this point. And the Marauders are up there. And I don't know if Huck should actually continue this fight, but he does have concussive shells, so it's going to be hard to run at this point. Warping in more units, and he's going to fall back. No, Huck is keeping the pressure on. Now I think he's going to fall back. SCV is now being pulled out. This Terran player definitely wants to get this expansion up and going. So Huck is probably just going to hang out here and just wait for this expansion to happen, and then maybe try and pressure some more. But these as this Marauder ball increases, he's not going to be able to do that. He's just going to lose his army, and he might lose it here. Stim finished. Stim is almost finished. He's going to keep chasing. He's going to lose some SCVs here, but he's going to trade it for a Stalker. No, he gets away. Looks like that Stalker is going to get away. But those SCVs were like, oh, look, gold. They're going to go straight for the gold. But now Huck turned around and scared them away. They're like, okay, let's go back. And he hasn't brought this expansion out yet. He's just pumping out some SCVs. Huck really wants to hold this expansion off as long as possible. Huck's expansion just now finishes. We got a starport popping up. Stim is almost finished. As soon as Stim is done, he might just go straight for an attack on Huck and just try and kill as many units as he can and hold this off. So Huck is still at 4 gateway. He's probably going to jump that up a little bit near. So is Stim going to... There he goes. He's now stimming. Oh, great force field. So he can just back up into this, but he's deciding to pressure. Not quite sure why he threw down the force fields and then pushes into them. Usually after you kill everything on your side of the force fields, you just want to fall back and have him basically waste his entire stim. Because at that point, whenever both of you have ranged units and you have force fields up, your zealots in the front aren't doing anything except taking hits. But man, Huck playing so aggressive. And this Terran player looks like he's going to go for a counterattack. A lot of his units are kind of weak there, but Huck also going to go for a counterattack. Nope, he's actually turning around. He's like, okay, I don't want to go up the ramp, but man, he's nothing in there. He could have just wrecked that base, but he wants to play safe. He's going to come back to his base, defend. He may have to pull probes. Wow, double probe, double pylon wall. That's kind of funny. Usually just take one and then do both, but he probably selected two. But oh, Marauders in there trying to kill a couple of these Stalkers before his reinforcements show up. And TSLaLive is dealing a lot of damage. He's make focus, kill down some pylons, deactivate that. Oh, there's still one up there. It's a pretty good spread of those pylons. He's got double spread for both of those. He's going to take out this one. That's going to deactivate those two and deactivate that Cybernetic Core. Huck's going to have to refill that pretty quickly, get those pylons up and going. And TSLaLive doing a really good job of just trying to keep these Marauders doing as much damage as possible. He took out 2 or 3 pylons and taking out a couple probes, a couple zealots. And did he keep his macro up? It looks like he just started some more production, and he's got a drop coming. So this drop may actually do quite a bit of damage. I think, oh, this is going to work out pretty well. So Huck is going to go for a counterattack, and at the same time, TSLaLive is going to take out quite a few probes here to his main. Huck's going to have to fall back. There's going to be enough units here at TSLaLive's base to defend this attack reasonably. And oh no, he's dropping on the wrong side of the pylons. He's going to have to take those out first. Simon coming up here. He's going to take out those pylons. He probably should have just dropped over here and went straight for the probe line. This is going to allow Huck enough time to respawn. You can see on the minimap he's already on his way back, and he's sending one Marine up to the front to scout, and he's dropping a lot of pylons there. He is supply blocked at this point. Wow, he's going to make him cancel all 3 of those, and this has been a really successful drop. It's forced Huck to fall back. He's lost 3 pylons, having to cancel 2 killing. I think he just lost a probe there. Not quite sure if he's going to have to pick up and get out of there. He did so much damage, he just needs to save those guys alive, and he needs to get a medal. Give those guys a medal. And they're going to die, unfortunately. Only 3 of them make it out of there alive. But those guys are all MVPs in my book. Double Guardian Shield going up. Look, I know he's got to keep an eye on that medevac that's so close to the edge there. He's like, why can't I fly down? It's air, man. So this expansion is going up for TSLaLive. He's finally getting that thing up. This thing was almost going to die of old age there in that base. Pushing up, TSLaLive is going to take out that proxy pylon. And now let's check the army size out at this point. So we have 85 food versus 67 supply. And Huck is in the lead here. Army values are pretty close. Huck has a little bit more gas, but no, this medevac is too close. He's, oh my gosh, 7 life. He's so close. This Stalker is going to kill it. Here he goes. Down with the ship. Sorry, guys. So I think word just got back to these guys, and they're feeling pretty sad about their lost brethren, and they're going to go on the counterattack. Looks like he's going to do a little bit of elevator up here, or just snipe this pylon. I think sniping that pylon is going to be pretty safe. Yep, he's just going to snipe that pylon, deactivate both those gateways, and fall back. probe, just doing a little bit of scouting. He was maybe going to go up there and put a proxy pylon. Not quite sure where he's going to. Looks like he's just going over there. And this guy's going over here, just checking out stuff. Making sure there's no hidden bases over here. Or he's just going to put up a pylon or something like that. But a lot of pylons going up. Huck does not want to get supply blocked again. Robotics Bay also going up. Double pylons back over here on the right. And TSLaLive just threw, like, oh wow, huge stim. I don't know why he did that. He's like stimmed, like, what is that? 12 Marauders and all these Marines to kill one probe. That was kind of overstim, I guess you would call it. Forcing to cancel that over there on the right. Smart move. And man, TSLaLive playing very well this game. But man, manages to keep himself in the game just with that one drop. I can't emphasize that enough how much that one drop really helped him control Huck. Kept the pressure on, did so much damage with that drop while allowing him to re-macro, get his expansion up safely, and just try to even out the game. And it looks like we're going to have an attack here from the right, hiding through the back of this base here, but he's going to run into this double pylon wall once again. And a Marine trying to get through there. It does get that probe. He's going to pick that off, and Huck has so many sentries. I'm surprised he hasn't got hallucination this game so far. Look how many sentries he has. And reinforcements being brought in, Immortal coming after Huck. And I don't really think he should push this. There's so many sentries there that there's no way he's going to get through there. He's got a little Marine here hanging out. No, push through the other side of the tall grass. He does see that huge army. And that's not a choke point you want to go through as a Terran army. Especially with the invention of force fields. Which I think is definitely something all non-Protoss players definitely have nightmares about. So a lot of medevac MMM build for TSLaLive. And does Huck have blink yet? No blink yet. He's going to go for Colossus. Double Forge on the way for Huck. We're going to see a lot of upgrades coming here in the future. Let's see how many gateways he's up to. Looks like he's up to 5 over there. And double upgrades there, Robo. So pretty good production facilities for Huck, but he's got a lot of Nexus energy here on that one. He's going to have to start Chrono boosting. But as soon as these forges get going, he's going to be able to double Chrono boost those things. No problem. Huck pushing out, taking out that gold. And no upgrades, no Chrono boost yet. He's probably going to get blinked with the Twilight Council here. Now, he may have a fight here in the middle. Huck is there with the Colossus. He doesn't have a range upgrade yet. And it's done. Now. So now he does have that range upgrade. 9 range for that Colossus. And he's going to be able to shoot a little bit further. Maybe they just give the Colossus glasses, or what's a single glass? It's a monocle. Maybe they just give that upgrade, just upgrades monocles for Colossus so they can see farther. Because they can always shoot. Maybe they could have always shot that far, but they need to be able to see far so they know what they're shooting. Kind of like how tanks can see further or can shoot further than they see. But as soon as you give them more vision, then they can shoot. Think about it. But anyway, gold base is going for Huck here on the right, and TSLaLive just finally starting to get some Vikings in the mix. Going to be smart move. Get some Vikings to deal with those Colossus. On the left, we have the Huck spreading out 4 or 5 proxy pylons. He wants to keep control of this possible third base here. We have an attack coming on. Nope. No stim yet for TSLaLive. Maybe Huck trying to bait him into doing a stim there. There still are quite a few medevacs, so stim wouldn't be too terrible. Huck is going to push up here. This really isn't a position Huck wants to go for. I don't really think Huck should be attacking at this point. He did invest a lot in this expansion. Maybe once this expansion gets up, he gets a couple more upgrades, then it would be a pretty smart move to attack. But I think at this point, Huck would be better served to just play a little defensive and let TSLaLive come to him, use some force fields, and of course get some upgrades. So we got Charge on the way, Psionic Storm coming on, another Colossus. And that Nexus is just about done. So Zelt's being warped in here from the left, and they're just going to basically turn into little blue flames. They're going to die. Not much happening right there. Looks like TSLaLive isn't going to go for any type of third base. I think TSLaLive is going to try and max out, and he just got supply blocked. Oh no. 174 food. Is he making any supply depots? No, he's not. No supply depot. So he's... Well, actually, he did... No, there he is. He's making one right there. I think he did a call down or something, but I think what TSLaLive is going to do here, because he isn't making a command center, I think TSLaLive is going to go for just max out on 200 food and then just try a straight up attack, crush LiquidHuk in one fell swoop. He might go for like a two-prong attack, let me try this for the third time, a two-prong attack, go for like a drop here in the back, pick off some of these pylons, deactivate some warp gates. That way Huk won't be able to reinforce and attack with the front of his army, try and trade armies there, and then reproduce off that. He's pretty low on money, so he's doing a pretty good job of that. More Vikings on the way, and he's got a pretty good fleet of Vikings. Upgrades? No upgrades yet. Wow, it's pretty surprising. I'm surprised he hasn't got any upgrades if he's planning on going for a 2-base attack. I think that's a misplay in the long run because Huk's upgrades are doing great this game. You can check him out. He's 1-1, working on 2-2, Criterion Amulet on the way, and he's got a lot of sentries. Still no hallucination. I think that was a misplay by Huk this game. It's pretty cheap considering how many sentries you get. I think it's definitely worthwhile. One ghost out there, he's got enough for... No! No! And we have a huge fight going on. Vikings need to focus fire, kill those Colossus. And Guardian Shield Storm going down there, wrecking face. Oh my gosh. Force Field's going on. This is not looking good for TSLaLive. Those Vikings are in the back doing a lot of damage. Those Colossus are falling. You really should have had hallucination to throw up some hallucinated Colossi. But Huk with a lot of Force Fields. Oh no, this is not looking good. I think, wow, Terran player is actually going to survive this. That Concave definitely favored TSLaLive, but the Force Fields I thought were going to be enough to deal with it, but it doesn't look like they are going to be. Landing some Vikings and just going to focus fire, deal some damage, Medivacs healing. Storm missing a little bit, running back into it. Figured, you know what, Huk, I'm winning right now. I'll take that Storm, no problem. And Vikings need to really lift it back in the air, kill this Colossus, and Bio Ball, he really needs to start reinforcing that Bio Ball, getting some more units, and he's kind of just trading armies at this point. And I think Huk is going to be able to fight this off. Maybe not. Oh no, these Medivacs are kind of, actually just one up there is pretty low, but oh, good Storm. He only has like 6 or 7 Marauders left. He's sniping all those Colossi. Man, just a few Marauders against like a few Gateway units. Marauders just went hands down. There are more Medivacs than Marauders at this point. Big reinforcements coming from back, stimming to get into the fight. They do not want to lose this, and Huk is going to lose this expansion. Storm going down there right on top of those Medivacs are going to die too, but they can't heal each other. And run away, he's going to get out of there. Maybe not, he's going to stick around and fight. I think that Archon should really focus on kill those Medivacs. Look at that, 3 low ones, 1 in the orange, and a good Storm right there, 2 good Storms, force him to fall back. And Archon actually gets hurt by Sonic Storm. It's kind of surprising. I feel like he kind of should have feedback on those ghosts. Man, Huk's been landing those feedbacks great at the beginning of this fight. That happened that started a couple minutes ago. We're going to lose the Colossus. He did those really good feedbacks on those ghosts. This Archon, no, kill those, look at those. Oh, Storm, there we go. Storm taking out all of those Medivacs. See, if he kills those Medivacs, those Marauders are going to be so useless. Huk GGing. Wow. I thought Huk was going to be able to hold into that. Let me check this economy. 33 versus 41. Kind of surprised Huk actually GG'd right there. I mean, maybe he assumed his opponent had a 3rd up and all that good stuff, but anyways, that was a pretty cool game. Man, that Terran player, I can't believe it. He stayed in the game with that 1 drop. You saw Huk's entire army just turn around, and if he would have pressured that, he could have trashed his base, no problem. Broke that up that ramp and just wrecked his base, and I think he could have won at that point. I think that was the one big mistake Huk made that game, was turning his whole army back for that 1 drop. And the other thing probably was, you know, get hallucination. If you're ever planning on getting like at least 5 sentries, get hallucination, because I think in that situation, that fight there, his gold base, if he would have just hallucinated like 6 Colossus, which he could have easily done because he had like 15 sentries, that would have definitely helped out a lot, or even just like hallucinated some Zealots or something like that. But anyway, that was a pretty fun game. Hope all of you enjoyed it. Check out my YouTube page, youtube.com/IanChiquino. Subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And check back daily. I post videos every day, sometimes 2 or 3 a day. I usually post like 10 or 12 videos a week. Just keep the content flowing for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see all of you later.